Hi guys, this is Pallabi from the studio today. You are watching Personalities with Pallabi only on Kumari Pallabi 19. Guest for today's evening is an amazing personality who is from the field of wildlife photography, wildlife conservation, wildlife tourism, and an Amazon global influencer. So he is none other than Pratik Sawant. Hello and welcome, Mr. Sawant, to this session of interview. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks, Pallavi. Thanks for inviting me on this particular great conversation. Look forward to talk to you on this particular question answers things.
Yeah, sure. So it is said that influencers are dreamers, they are leaders with a vision by Johnny Hunt. So as you are an influencer, so could you give us some insight into your profession of being a global influencer of Amazon?
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to take you through my whole journey. Apart from like wildlife, I'm a market research professional. Where I deal with like the consumer insights within the various product range and that too across the globe. Having said that, when I started my wildlife as a journey, it was pretty long back. But then the one of my photo got viral in 2018, which I clicked on 31st of March 2018, and the tiger name was T42 Fateh. And when I clicked that particular photo, he was sleeping in Hanuman Mandir, which was into forest. And I just thought like, okay, whether the Almighty is protecting the God or God is protecting the Almighty. So like where people are like the poachers are poaching tigers for their trading and other illegal activities. But then this particular image hits like the my heart. And when I came out of the forest, my mother said like it was like the Hanuman Jayanti. So being in Hinduism, Hanuman Jayanti very auspicious occasion, and on that day the tiger was worshipping almost like I feel like he was like sleeping, not even sleeping, like he was worshipping the god. So that's the reason that connects, and it got viral. I won around 20 plus awards for that particular image, and that is how the journey started. Then people started approaching me for the tours, then guidance, and then one day I got an email from Amazon to enroll for their influencership. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead. I wasn't even aware about this sort of an activities are even happening, but somehow I got to know and I enrolled, and luckily I got through. So being an influencer for Amazon, what we have to do, we have to engage our products, whatever the gears we are using, we have to pitch them. Like whenever I'm posting my images over Instagram or over any of the media, we have to tag those particular products. From where, like, what will be the link? So that is how we get to Amazon. Being an influencer, see, it is not always about influencing just by getting your tag. Okay. It's always about giving something back to the jungle or like to the society. That enlightenment. For that particular reason, you should not, you don't require any particular tag of being an influencer of any XYZ brand.
Yeah,
It must come from your inside.
yeah,
Like
that's great.
if you want to use like your resources or your network for something good or kind to this return back something to the society, you must look after that. Having said that, when I work in this particular forest as a domain like jungles and especially tigers is my like one of the favorite species, and most of the time like 99.9% of my work
Yeah,
comes into like tigers only. So I, while roaming across these particular jungles, conducting tours under my company, which is Wild Child Safaris,
yeah,
I personally look after, like, for example, the forest guards, forest rangers. You need what they are getting, nothing. So you need to take care. So from my company side as well as the conservation aspect, we provide them like the sometimes when it comes to like the summers. So we provide them caps, hats. Even for tracking, we provide them like shoes. Even during winters we provide them jackets, because apart from like what all things government or the department will handle, if you are earning from your photography, if you are earning from your tours, I will recommend that an individual must understand to give back to the society as their contribution of work. So I believe if we are like working in this particular and earning from our tools, or for example by some product endorsement or by photographs, so being insensible, we have to take care of these particular other aspects, because if we are earning from the tiger, we have to return back to the guards of the tigers, or those who are like the frontline warriors who works rigorously in jungles. Rather than sitting in a gypsy and just clicking photographs, we also have to take care of these particular other entities, or those who are like engaged with this particular as in on the ground.
So
Okay.
could you add something more about yourself? Means where are you based off and or anything more?
Oh, so basically I'm from Mumbai, Thane. I come from like the Thane is one of the district headquarters in Maharashtra. It's just besides Mumbai. And most of the time, I spend my time in jungles like 15 to 20 days a month,
Yeah.
like a forest like Ranthambore, Pench, Tadoba, Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Jim Corbett. So this kind of forest. Having said that, like I just now returned back from Malaysia. One of my tour was there for orangutans, so
Okay.
that I handle. And now I'll be heading for like the snow leopard expedition for around 12 days in Spiti Valley, because that is like the gray ghost
Yeah.
of the snow. So very rare to watch and explore, but very beautiful species. Having said that, so my most of the time goes into jungle, and like, and as I said earlier, like I'm a market research professional. So to gain something, you have to spend a lot. So when I stay in jungles, people feel like, okay, how you are then managing your office and everything. So I get like the privilege, like I work into UK and US based firms. So my day starts for my office, it's like pretty late evening. So whenever I'm there in jungle, so in morning I wake up by 5 a.m. I enter jungle by 6 a.m. Exit from the jungle by 7 p.m., like the full days. And then I just take an again half an hour freshen up time, and then again start working till 1:30 or 2 a.m. and just sleep for 4 hours sometimes.
Okay.
And that is how my whole schedule runs. So if I want to follow my passion, if I want to follow my like photography and everything, I have to compromise with respect to maybe sleep, maybe whatever the, you can say, luxury amenities or the benefits you are getting. So you have to compromise with that sometimes. Then
So
only no pain, no gain.
yeah, definitely. And you are really doing a great job. So all the best for your upcoming tours.
Yeah, thank you. But one more point I would like to add is like working in this particular field for like more than a decade now. But my dream is to create like one profitable book which will be available at just 1 rupee for like the grassroots of the society. Okay, because when you see those particular documentaries over National Geographic, Disney, Discovery, or other platforms, so why they are created? Just to create an awareness. Those who do not have power or like the funds to go into jungle and travel and everything, so just to create an awareness. If we say a tiger, people always fear. Okay, the psychology of an grassroots, they said, okay, tiger means he or she will kill, but it is not. So to create an awareness, we create those particular documentaries. But that is for something like the one of like the, okay, 1 hour, 2 hours, they can see. But if I create one profitable book, which if I'll be able to circulate within the government schools or those who do not have purchase capacity,
Yeah.
or some poor people, like grassroots of the society, I'll not say poor, but at least if they get it that particular book at 1 rupee, it
Mm.
would be with them, and maybe it will enhance their knowledge and affection or love towards the jungle. That is what I believe. So I'm working in that direction. Maybe in next few years I will be able to publish that and sell it out at 1 rupee if I get like the good
Okay. So hope you come
blessings
up
of all
with,
of you.
yeah, we hope you come up with the book very soon, and we will be waiting
Yes,
for the book. And genuinely, it's a very good thought of yours that this book will get to be available for all in the society.
yes,
So my next
yes.
question to you is, what metrics do you use to influence and drive positive change in the minds of the people as you are directly into the field of wildlife?
Okay. So see, it is when people are visiting jungles nowadays, like people are seeing like Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, like the god of cricket, and other few cinestars, like just now, like Arjun Kapoor, Varun Dhawan, and Malaika Arora. These guys went to for forest. Even like Sachin Tendulkar is continuously visiting like the Tadoba, Ranthambore, Jharana, this sort of reserve. So people started visiting this particular forest, but these guys are having one particular concept of, okay, we are investing the money, we get to see the tiger, but you should not visit an tiger reserve or any of the jungles just to see tigers. You need to visit jungles to get the fresh oxygen, first of all, to get the experience. It is not always about any sort of a species like tiger or a leopard or spotted deer, sambar deer, sloth bear. You need to get the oxygen because when you are staying in a concrete jungles like Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Delhi, you are not getting an oxygen at all. So while visiting, you must keep a message of, okay, I'm just gaining the oxygen, I'm enhancing my own body, I'm enhancing my health by consuming the fresh oxygen. That thing you
It's
must need
definitely a
to
matter
keep
of
in
concern.
mind. Having said that, there are few images of mine. If you have seen my portfolio over the Instagram, there are one of the image which I posted like the blur. Okay, but it was in a very much symmetric. So in that, I was about to discard that particular image, but then I thought like, okay, see, if we do not conserve the tiger or any of the species, it will fade away like this image only
Yeah.
from our memories, from our jungles, from everywhere. So that you need to keep it and keep understanding, and like the basically sensible thing you need to understand. You have to be sensible with respect to what you are gaining and why you are conserving and what you are doing for them. Because see, just influencer, it doesn't mean just endorsing an product. Influencer always must keep an sense of sending or spreading the message of conservation or influencing for a good act.
Yeah. So, as we are now listening to your stories from the current status or current phase, so but we are curious about your initial days. Means, how did you get started into wildlife?
So when I was 3, I started visiting jungle. My mother and father took me for the first time in Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. That time I was lucky to spot a tiger, and I used to dream like, okay, there is a tiger who is sitting besides me, and like when I was a kid. So and I started liking that particular character because tiger is a species where he is basically solitary. Okay, he do not stay in herd or like the two or three, like more than that. So unless and until if a tigress is raising their cubs, the cubs will stay with the mother for like almost 2.5 years, not more than that. But then they are separate. They are bound to be themselves as in like the solitary. They are like territorial. They create their own territories. They expand their territories. They try to expand, they kill. When they attempt for like 15, 16 times, the one kill gets successful or like the prey. So how struggling life is, that we must need to learn from them. And then I started like when I was into graduation. That time I was not getting that much amount of time, so I completed my education and then I focused into photography. because see, the education is the base. No one will ask you without your education. So you must have. So people are like nowadays like thinking like, okay, so XYZ person got famous for like his photography or any sort of a genre, like maybe food photography, maybe vlogging, or maybe wildlife photography or abstract photography, street photography. But for before that, you must complete your education and simultaneously focus on your photography.
Yeah.
Without education, I have seen few of the people like those who are like those who haven't concentrated on their education, the primary education or the basic education as well as like degrees, and they have completely shut and focused on their photography. Maybe they are doing good, but I feel like okay, the education is must. You must have something good in your hand, and that is what I followed. And then it's been like around 7 to 8 years that into like the travel industry, that when I started my company, and now I'm established as an wildlife tour operator too.
Yeah. So, as you have already mentioned that wild child safaris. So, in which
Yes.
areas do you conduct safaris?
So across India as well as African as in countries, like, and just now started for like the orangutan safari. This was my first experience with respect to the uh, Malaysian rainforest.
Okay.
So I operate into that, and especially the wild child, I kept the name as in it is like the every individual is having like the some wilderness within himself. So that is like the child inside you. So our tagline is like the explore the wilderness within you. So that's the reason
How,
it's like a
yeah,
wild child.
okay, that's really nice. And how do you take the leadership in this arena? Means, how do you lead everything in conducting wild child safaris?
So balancing like the professional and personal life is very difficult, and leading this particular is in start it was pretty challenging, but now I have like the staff as well as I have like the pillars like my friends, my family. So these guys are even supporting, and even if I'll not be there in that particular forest, I have set of drivers, guides, those who works with me continuously, those who manage for me at their like destinations. So every individual like who is like everyone is like playing a major role, starting from drivers, even like the transport services like pick up and drop from the station or maybe from airport, the hotel guys, even hotel staffs, the forest guides, drivers. So everyone is like the pillar for wild child. I'll not say it's like my thing. It is like the
It's a
company
teamwork.
is growing just because of like the teamwork, those who are like supportive for the clients of wild child safaris.
Okay. What is it, according to you, that makes wildlife tourism so special in today's world?
Okay, good. So as I mentioned, like the celebrities are like endorsing like the jungles. These guys are visiting maybe for social status, but like this particular is hitting the human like the other categories, those who feel like earlier people used to think before pre-COVID, people used to visit okay Singapore, I will visit like Thailand, they will go to the zoo, the maybe like those particular caged tigers they used to see. But now like after COVID, like the scenario got changed. It's not only wildlife photographers are only visiting the jungles, but now common man also started visiting jungles. So these guys understood like okay, rather than exploring the other countries, first let's discover our India. Especially like now, if I see like the central part of India, where the most of the tiger reserves are there, people used to visit that. But nowadays, like northeastern side, people are like increasing with respect to uh, the jungle visitors. Like for example, Manas Tiger Reserve, Kaziranga, Pabitra, are like the some even like northeastern Manipur and these especially Seven Sisters people are covering for butterfly photography, for the snakes, reptiles, like the birding, like and they are like really exploring this particular area nowadays. So I'm happy that like people are getting educated by themselves. Maybe the use of social media, the reels and everything. This particular culture have been hit to the consumers, and they would like to explore this. And see, it's our role to put in stories or showcase the audience that okay, this is like the part of India itself. You can get to see like this sort of an maybe beach or like the tiger reserves or jungle, the flora and fauna. So they get amazed. Okay, within India also we are get to see this sort of an things. So the it increases the curiosity of the people, and that's the reason like the tourism is coming or enhancing with respect to the few of the untouched parts of India right now.
Okay. So, what qualities do you prefer in the young aspirants who are willing to come to your field?
Oh, see, it is not quality, it is all about liking. If you are liking the subject, if you are liking the jungles, because see, if you say, okay, I don't want to get tanned, I don't want to get dirty, I don't want to get like the dusty in the jungle, so you cannot, this is wildlife is not your field then. When you are working in wildlife, we suffer like the from temperatures like 0 degree, or now I'll be going is like minus. Yesterday's temperature was minus 21,
Mm, yeah, that's
and
pretty cold.
sometimes in summers sometimes we face like 48-degree, 44-degree temperature. And just to like patience is the key for wildlife, so you have to be patient, so you have to wait and watch maybe for hours to get like the perfect picture when tiger is coming out or not. So you have to be patient, and during that you cannot say okay, I'm getting like the sunstrokes, I'm getting tanned, so this particular vehicle is moving, so I'm getting dusty, I have like the dust allergy. So if you are ready to compromise all these things, you are most welcome.
Oh, yeah,
So
this will
and the
really be
everything
helpful.
in every field, I believe like the hard work is the key of success. So as I said, like no pain, no gain.
Indeed. Let's talk about some of your pictures. What was the story behind this clip? Could you remember the
Oh
story?
yes, it is pretty long back. I guess in 2017, I clicked this particular photo, and this is a sambar deer, and it was summertime, so summer coat was there, and he was trying to attract the female sambar deer. So during that particular act, I clicked this particular photo.
Okay. So I have seen that your gallery is full of some unique tiger portraits. So one picture is this one. So could
uh,
you explain this story a little bit?
Again, this is like 2017 or 18, I guess. This particular photo.
So
Yes,
anything.
2017, I guess. Uh, just a sec.
Then even you have captured the tiger pug marks once.
Yes, 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 yes. So
So
this was
how did
like
you get this shot?
basically what happened is like we got to see tiger, and that time one of the participants said like, okay Pratik, most of the time we get to see only pug marks, so you guys walked on the forest, so forest trackers are like wearing those particular paw marks shoes, and they are walking, and you guys just say okay, the tiger is walking, tiger is walking, and then you just make a fool of it. I said no, like see, like we like 10 minutes prior we just saw the tiger, and they got amazed, and just before that, like before safari, these guys were talking this. So that's the reason the I just clicked this particular photo and randomly posted, just to showcase like how the tiger paw marks are. And it was like pretty fresh, they were on like the track of the vehicle, and it was pretty good. So just it was a random post, because after seeing a tiger, who will remember like the paw mark sometimes.
Okay. That was unique really. And what about this picture?
Oh, this is one of my favorite one. This is T60 Junior Indu. We call her Ghost also, because she is just like an tigress of like summertime. She get to see
Hmm.
in like the Guda Choki area, and most of the time she stays in non-tourism area. And when the water level get decreases like within the tourism, non-tourism area, she gets into tourism and she appears. So that's the reason she is a ghost. And she's a very beautiful tigress. That time she was raising three cubs of her, like T97, T98, and T99. One female, like T99, and two males were there. So she was like also one of my pretty uh, like which I admire the most. Like she's one of the tigress. Just now, like in the month of December only, I got to saw her again. She walked with me for around 1 hour, and she gave a great photos to us.
So this incredible picture is about Riddhi Siddhi.
Yeah, yeah, Riddhi Siddhi. T124 is Riddhi and T125 is Siddhi. So these guys were at that time like the playful sisters, and now like they got separated from mother, and now Riddhi got settled in zone number 3, and Siddhi is in zone number 5 of Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. And they were like playing. So their mother was on hunt, and these guys were at like the lake. So they were chasing each other, they were playing in water, they were slapping each other, they were hugging, cuddling to each. And then so all of a sudden, if you see one of my photo, like they were clashing, like all is like they face off. So it was a good day. Like I was on a full day safari, I remember. In morning time there was no activity. In the late afternoon we got to spot them, and around 3 to 4 hours they were playing, they were resting, they were like drinking water, and they have given tremendous photos. Like around my two memory cards of 64 GB got filled that day. I
Oh,
still remember.
yeah, really interesting story. So what about this picture, the stressing of the tiger?
I just mentioned, like if you go up and see, there is like another photo where I mentioned like the Hanuman Jayanti photo, that I am also Hanuman Bhakt. So this is the same tiger, T42 Fateh. When he came out of the mandir, he was stretching himself on the stairs of the mandir. And I just say that particular is like the Tigrasan, like the yoga. So every asan is there. So this may be
Yeah.
a Tigrasan.
Okay, nice. So what about this picture? Now let's talk about the
Ah,
bird.
this is particular. I just clicked like in 2021. No, sorry, 2022 January. It was changeable hawk eagle in Dikala. So Dikala is the forest in Jim Corbett Tiger Reserve. So that is like the only place in India right now where we can stay inside the forest, like 50 kilometer inside the forest. So we were staying, and all of a sudden there was one peacock. He was sitting on a tree, and in a fraction of a second, like this particular changeable hawk eagle came and killed that particular peacock and started eating. It took that inside like the branches, and then he ate and again came out. And that time I clicked this particular photo. It was my first time that I have personally seen like a changeable hawk eagle or any of the eagle is killing a bigger bird in front of me.
Yeah,
In many
yeah,
a times I have seen this particular while eating and everything, but it was already killed. But in front of me, it was like the first time in last 12, 13 years into wildlife. I never experienced it. This was my first time when I clicked this. So this was again my one of the special memory.
yeah. It's a rare moment that you have captured. So what about this picture,
Oh,
mating of the butterflies?
yes, butterfly mating. So this I clicked in Thane. There is like Olekar Wadi Butterfly Garden is there. So within Mumbai also people can explore these activities. So when I clicked this particular image, it was the butterfly mating season, and it was pretty early morning. And that time I was leading like the around 50 plus students from the school, and we have taken them just to showcase like the butterflies, then their behavior, how they get attracted. Because we believe that if we are like the giving them an education of conservation or the plantations from the very beginning days, then only our society will be educated enough. So we tell them like which all plants you need to plant at your home or within your society, so that it will attract the butterflies. They will lay their eggs, how the pupa is happening, all the process we showcase to them. And then sometimes like nowadays like the schools are giving activity that okay, you need to plant, you need to do this, then you need to grow that particular butterfly, you need to record each and every day's activity, and then you need to release that butterfly into the nature. So during that particular excursion I clicked that particular photo.
Okay. Well, Mr. Pratik, we are to the end of this session, and I must say that you are truly an amazing and inspiring personality. It was great interacting with you. All the best for your
Thank you.
future endeavors.
Thank you. Same here. Cheers. Bye bye.
So, yeah, it was pleasure meeting you. So, guys, this
Yeah,
was
same.
Pratik Sawant from the field of wildlife photography, wildlife conservation, wildlife tourism, and an Amazon global influencer. Hope you like today's interview. I will be back soon with another eminent personality very soon. Till then, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now.